Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. It truly is horrific what's happened in Southport. Both the crime that has taken place with 3 children being brutally stabbed, and now as of recently, the riot that has broken out in Southport. The very understandable riot that has come out in Southport. Now, I will be clear, I am against violence. I condemn the violence. I condemn the riot. However, I completely understand why these people have done this. Their anger is completely justified, because the way I look at things right now is our police and our government have been too spineless to be able to see things for what they truly are. They have been repeatedly allowing people to come in via the dinghies, via the channels, to come and live in our country. You can't really blame the migrants themselves because they're just doing what would be best for themselves. But we can blame our spineless politicians, the traitorous politicians sitting in the houses of treachery, I mean Parliament, or maybe I was right first time, who basically will prioritise their living standards compared to us. And then, of course, there's the police, who obviously they had to come out in full riot gear because at the end of the day it is a riot. But let's face it, they wouldn't ever do this for Mullah Rices or pro-Plasticines or Islamic hardliners or Just Stop Oil or Black Lives Matter or any other left-wing NPC movement. It only seems to be the far right that they seem to do this for. The media, as I've said before, are going out of their way to try and stop us from hearing the truth. They were trying to say to us that it wasn't a black man who went and stabbed this person. But we've now got images that clearly showcase that is the case. And on top of all that, they've been doing everything they can to say that the name that's been going up on social media, Ali Shakti, is wrong. I wonder why. Is it because they know this shit would happen? Well, it was going to happen anyway, quite frankly, because of the constant failings of the police, the government, and the media, constantly lying through their teeth to us, protecting illegals over protecting their own people, which is their own civic duty, and then they go out of their way to attack patriots when we are quite rightly pissed off at the way this country is being run. That's the thing. You can't completely blame the people who come out and rioted today. And this is the point where I look for my Weetabix because I'm fucking hungry. Anyway, you can't blame these people for being angry because these are their kids that are dying here. We've seen 3 beautiful children taken away from what I suspect would be amazing families by some prick who wants to go around and stab people. A 17-year-old, although he didn't look it in the picture, subhuman pond scum who basically has no regard for children's lives. Well, I don't know about you, but I think those people are very justified in their anger. I'll condemn the violence, as I said, because, as I said, I don't want a violent revolution. I don't want riots on the streets. But as I said, I completely understand the anger in these people. And frankly, I've been saying this since like 2 or 3 fucking years ago. I told the police, I told the media, that if you keep this up, that basically you only have yourselves to blame when this all kicks off. That's the way I slice it. I think we should be conducting ourselves better, but I completely understand why they've done this. I probably would do the fucking same thing if one of my children was being stabbed to death by some illegal who doesn't deserve our oxygen. At the end of the day, the police and the government have betrayed us. They are traitors, unequivocal traitors, because they'd rather bring down the hammer on us, on basically patriots who just want our country to be safe and want our country to put our own people first, rather than trying to house every Tom, Dick and Harry or Ali Shakti that comes over to this country. You cannot blame them for being angry at our government and our police's failings to protect our own fucking kids. And you know what? I'm going to say this to the police. How dare you? How dare you blatantly show your double standards, your two-tier policing by saying those people in these riots are going to face the full force of the law? How about the plasticine people you allowed to protest? How about the Just Stop Oil wankers who are domestic terrorists who recently went and sprayed up Heathrow Airport? What about the Muslim rape gangs that go out of their way to violate our women and children? Where's your robust policing there? Oh, that's right. You're only allowed to do robust policing on the supposed far right. But of course the mainstream media won't tell you this. You know the drill, folks, because say it with me, it doesn't suit the narrative. The police are so spineless. They haven't got the pair, whether up here or down there, or in my case both, to be able to tackle this situation in the way it should be dealt with. How sad is it the Muslims who attacked the police officers and gave one of the females a broken nose in Manchester got off scot-free? But protesting against the police and throwing fireworks and shit at mosques when our children are getting stabbed to fucking death? Oh, then they get fucking serious. I'm sorry, but this all pisses me off, quite frankly. These traitors should be looking after our children, not these mullahs who are going out of their way to destroy our country. And let me be absolutely clear, I'm not against moderate Muslims. I am against the hardliners. I am against the plasticides. I am against the extremists. I am against the real far right, which is the death cult of Islam. But I am sick and tired of this media narrative of, oh, they've done nothing wrong, but white man angry at kids being killed are far right. Fuck off with that shit. Like, you're not convincing anyone at this point. The only thing you're doing is convincing more people to basically revolt like this. And I said it before and I'll say it again. If you keep down this path, there is going to be a violent revolution. And as I said in my last live stream, you may think you want a violent revolution, but trust me, you don't. Because at the end of the day, people will see what's going on in our country, whether it's 5 days from now even, or 5 centuries from now. They'll see the treachery and the deceit you pumped. They will see the treachery you've committed against our kids. And they will say, those people were quite right to protest. I know I probably would be if it was 500 years from now, because the media has been complicit in covering up grooming gangs, complicit in lying through their teeth, complicit in aiding Tony the Liar Blair's cause, which was a false one, of WMDs in Iraq. But now they want to have the audacity to say, basically, you're not allowed to protest when your children are getting stabbed. I don't know about you, but I know where my fucking priorities would be right now if I had kids. It would be for keeping them safe. And it seems like a lot of people are now coming to the conclusion, quite understandably, although condemningly, but they are quite understandably resorting to the only option they have left. Because when you make peaceful resolution impossible, you're going to make violent revolution inevitable.